window that's totally against the wall. Yeah.
Yes. I think so.
We're gonna have to fix it.
So did this actually work today?
I hope so.
Are they on?
Is it on?
Are they on?
Oh, mine's got a green light on.
I have a green light. Talk to me.
I can't hear you.
Talk.
Is this on? No.
We can hear you.
I don't
Hello?
have numbers.
We can hear you.
Some are working.
None of them are on.
I text so.
I wonder if the ones for the homeowners forum are on. Let me run up there. Oh, are you gonna go? God, I can't get this in.
Nina's here. There she is.
None of them.
The green light's on.
Cheryl,
Some, but they're not working. I can't even get this thing back in the.
I'm nothing here.
Cheryl, we can
Hello?
hear
I'm
you.
saying something and nothing's happening.
Clear the room.
Nothing's
Hello?
happening.
No?
Oh, there
Hello?
Yes.
But mine isn't working.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, we can hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me at all?
Cheryl,
Yeah, but it's not. Okay.
Cheryl,
Can you hear
Hello?
me somewhat?
Hello?
Yeah,
That's
can you hear? It's just because we're soft.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good job, Serena.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Is it on? Oh, it's on. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. It's 6 o'clock and let's start the meeting. I am Marcus Dasher, the current board president of Nepenthe HOA.
I'm Cheryl Nelson. I'm the vice president and secretary.
Hi, I'm Jackie Gorbitas. I'm the treasurer.
Ashley, are you online? Ashley couldn't make it, so she said she may be on Zoom.
I'm online here. I was having problems. Anyway, I'm Ashley Tongros, member at large.
All right, thank you. And with us today is Andy Helms. She's the VP of Sacramento First Service Residential. And to her right, it's Serena Hernandez, our part-time front desk person.
Could you show the room?
Oh.
What? Do we have a camera looking at us? I don't think we, oh, that one. It should be in this group. Oh, it just says Nepenthe Association.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry. Where is the camera for this room?
That's the camera over there.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out how to share the room. We're not sure.
I don't know how share screen. I shared the screen
No, it's not the screen. It would be, I don't think the camera is on. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay. I don't know if you wanna.
Can you?
Recording. I don't know how you turn that on. That's one thing we didn't check was
The camera.
a Zoom?
Not well
No,
enough.
it's camera,
No.
because it's the camera issue,
Yeah,
right?
the camera should,
Yeah.
is it on?
I don't know if the camera's on. I've never.
Okay.
Can anybody on Zoom tell us if they can see us?
No, I
We-
can see myself, but I can't see you, but
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I see the packet right now. I think you need to switch, you're on screen share and you need to switch to probably remove the screen share.
I don't think that helps, Ashley, because it's where it says Nepenthe Association, it's just a black box.
yeah.
Oh. I don't,
Right? What is it? Go back up a little bit. Right.
I did see before the agenda. Now I see a black box, you're right.
And I think it needs to be on your video because your video is Nepenthe.
This?
Yes.
That's
And
what it
then
was on right now.
HD for the
HD.
camera, maybe.
See what happens. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know what you're doing.
Go down again. Keep going. Turn off my video. Voice show video. Is this like?
It says post disabled screen sharing.
See myself.
Well, that's right. They don't want anyone else sharing their screen.
I don't
Mm.
know. Let's just move along.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to, what, we apologize. We will figure that out, but
Can they see us if we do not have screen
Hmm.
share on?
no, they can't see you
Mm-mm.
because the camera is not on.
You know, we don't really need to see you. As long as you speak into the mic, then we can hear you, and that's the main thing.
And we can hear you too.
You can imagine us as better looking than we
Yes,
are
yeah.
in real life.
That's right, that's right.
All right, let's continue here. The board met this afternoon at the executive session and resolved a couple of issues. And then next we have some reports. Did all of the directors have a chance to read those reports and any questions?
I have no questions.
And no questions.
I have no questions.
Okay, is Will Wizard on Zoom? I guess not. Will meets on a regular basis with Paul Reeves with a,
Just join.
oh, there you go.
Oh, there's somebody.
Will, can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Muted.
Will, can you give us a quick update about
He's trying to figure out, it looks like.
Mhm. Yeah.
There.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay.
He's not on mute.
He's not muted
Right.
now. Go
Can we
ahead.
hear you?
Okay, Will, can you hear me?
Yes.
Could you give us a quick update about the construction since you meet with Paul Reeves occasionally?
Yeah, well, I've been at it. I just got back in town, so I haven't met with him this week. My last contact with him, we were primarily focused on him trying to calculate the he had from Betsy, he had the architectural drawings and he was trying to calculate total number of sheets so we could calculate what percentage were replaced. But I was unable to meet. I didn't hear from him today, which is, Wednesday, the day that he's normally supposed to be here.
I did not either.
And so I've got no updates as to, how we're doing in terms of percentage of sheets coming off vis-a-vis the estimates.
So what I know is they came around and put some flyers on the homes. In,
yes. I know they've done that, and they've done that on Elmhurst.
Okay, and I think they're going to start on the 10th inspecting the homes.
Yes. Yeah, they've put the notices out, at least on Elmhurst, I know, because they put them on mine.
Yeah, on mine too, on Vanderbilt too. So the second section, they should start on the 10th to inspect.
Right. But I haven't communicated with Paul today, and I just got, I got back from the East Coast, and so I was gone for a week.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for the update.
Yeah, what little I have.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of wondering where we're at, if we are falling behind due to the weather or if we are back on track.
Well, certainly, like the weather is certainly cleared. I know it set them back a couple of weeks ago. It set them back several days.
Okay. All right, we'll find out, and hopefully we have a little bit more updates at the next meeting. Thank you, Will.
Yeah, if I need to talk to Paul, and I'm having I don't have an intermediary in the office right now, so.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
General manager report. Did all of the directors have a chance to look at those reports, and any questions?
I have no questions.
No questions. I looked at it.
All right, thank you. Ashley?
Hi, I do, but I'll get back to it, sorry.
Okay. Committee updates. Chairs, I saw Alan in the room. Alan, you have an update for us?
Good evening. Am I being heard? My name is Alan Waters. I'm chair of the Architecture Review Committee. And no, I don't have anything to add to the minutes and the appendix that were given to the board. Do any of the directors have questions?
I just have a comment. Very thorough. Thank you. Amazing.
You're welcome. We appreciate that.
Thanks for helping out in short notice with that estoppel for my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Finance Committee, Susan Timmer. I saw her on Zoom.
Hi, yes. Our report didn't make it into the packet. So there are just a couple of things that I thought would be helpful to report on. The first was we talked about the need for a periodic audit. According to bylaws, we're supposed to have an audit yearly. But according to Will Bizard, on the advice of our accountant, that an annual review fulfilled the same function as an audit at a fraction of the price. A previous board had opted to have annual reviews of the accounts instead of these audits. So we discussed this a bit and thought that it might be helpful if we had at least a periodic audit to test our fiscal procedures for weaknesses. And Ms. Gray made a motion for the Finance Committee to get information about the costs, benefits, and scope of audits and compared to reviews because of the mismatch between the bylaws and our current practice. The motion passed unanimously, and we are going to have Bill Erlanger, who's who is our accountant, come to our next Finance Committee meeting so that he can tell us about audits and reviews, and so that we can make an informed recommendation to the board. Any questions about that? And I just have one other thing that we talked about that I wanted to mention tonight. The other thing that we talked about was the reporting for the reserve expenditures. We thought that now that we have a change in managers, that it might be a good time to review the reserve reports and think about the kinds of things that we want. One thing that we all talked about that was important to us was that numbers matched up, so that we knew which expenses were included in different reports that we were looking at. And we talked about making some changes to the reserve tracker in order to make the finances really clear. And Ms. Gray again agreed to draft some suggestions for adjusting the reserve tracker, and she's going to email those suggestions around to different committee members so that we can review them at the next meeting and then make a recommendation to the board about just changes in ways that we can kind of just easily understand where we are and how much money we have. And I think, reduce a lot of uncertainty and anxiety about that.
You think you have this for us ready for the next meeting?
I hope so. It would be great. I haven't talked to Mary since she volunteered to put her thoughts together, but some of the changes that we were suggesting aren't too difficult. And then we need to also talk to Andy Helm about just, the kind of ease of making these changes. So we'll have more information for you certainly by the next meeting.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Grants Committee, Christina George.
Good evening, everyone. The biggest item we have right now on grounds is really the condition of the trees. So we're doing these tree reports. A lot of homeowners are very concerned about the trees. And so we started our tree walks with Paul Dubois. We did that last Monday. We're going to be doing monthly tree walks. We try and meet with the homeowners who have issues regarding the perhaps possible failure of trees or conditions. So, and that's what we did on our first zone walk in zone 1, and we're following up on that. And now we're going into zone 2. There are a lot of problems in zone 2, a lot of homeowners who are concerned about the condition of the tree. So that's what we're focusing on now. We're continuing with our zone walks, regular Friday zone walks. The zone stewards are going out there, they're creating their zone walk notes. So there are a lot of landscape deficiencies, just to let you know, and possible remediation. So we're keeping a file on that. We've done 3 walks so far. We've got some more coming up. But every time we go into a walk, there's always issues and deficiencies. So just for that. If you have any questions.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Outreach Committee, Marcy Best.
You saved the best for last. So outreach, our minutes are A-OK, thanks to Joan. So no corrections or additions to that. The next event for us is going to be Saturday, and we're kind of praying to the weather gods right now. It's an Easter egg hunt, and everyone's welcome. Bring your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews, and come and look for eggs. It's going to be at the Campus Commons Playground. That's over on Hartnell. And it starts at 11:30. And the little kids are going to get to go first, at least in a specific area. And then the big kids can come and find the rest of the eggs. So just come and join us, enjoy the kids and hopefully the sun. And Cheryl, any additions to that? Nope.
Not at all, except some thanks to all the people who stuffed eggs and donated candy and pitched in and helped.
Okay, good. And after that, we have a parking lot sale, April 22nd, starting at 9 a.m. in the morning. We have 3 spots left for rent. So if you're interested in cleaning up your stuff out of your garage and selling it to your neighbor, and then buying what your other neighbor has, come on down. So, got anything else, Allie? Nope. Okay, that's it. And after that, we have a kind of a quiet May, and then other than the elections, and then we have jazz at the pool, and that's June 18th. More news on that later.
All right. Thank you very much.
25th in your minutes.
One other remark here about committees. If anybody has any concerns, issues, or whatsoever with architectural, finance, grants, or outreach, please contact the office. That's the correct route, and the office will contact the chairs. So don't go directly to the chairs or hit them up on the road. Go directly to the office. And the best would be an email, so we have it in writing so it won't get lost. Or if you must go to the office in person, and then they can fill out a form. So we have information about that, okay? Thank you. So now we're coming to the first homeowner forum.
I know it might be a little early because I did write a letter about the safety around the pool, and I don't know if you're going to address it. So if you are, I will stop.
It's not really in here, but it's in the works. There's more to it than just that. We have actually this year the Elmhurst, no, I'm sorry, the Dunbarton pool needs attention, and we are going to try to work this all in one.
Okay, so what I'm really concerned about is being able to get anyone in and out of that lot pool. I watch that a lot because I swim in that pool. It's fairly dangerous, and there's not even a rescue board to get somebody or float somebody. So it's pretty dangerous. And if somebody got hurt in there, we couldn't get them out. So that's my big concern. The other pools, you can kind of walk out or get somebody sitting, or, you know. So anyway, I just feel like we're kind of out of compliance there. Thank you.
It's on the list. Thank you. Ricardo?
Okay, I lost it here.
While we wait for Ricardo, why don't we?
Ricardo, hold on a second, please. I forgot to add here ILS. Nancy is giving me the look. I'm so sorry. I apologize, Nancy.
I really don't have a lot to report this evening, and I don't want Ricardo to try to give a report. I'm saying that to you, Ricardo. We discussed many things, and we'll probably have a lot of things and requests for you after our next meeting, because we didn't officially vote on some of the things that we're concerned about. So just listen to what the committee chair is saying and him. Okay.
Thank you. We will. Okay, I apologize for that mistake here. So we'll go back to the homeowner forum. Anybody?
My neighbor at 1005 Vanderbilt had his mailbox broken into, and this probably belongs to Nancy, but I'll step on her territory. And the Postal Service said that his mailbox was the easiest kind to break into. And she suggested to get a sturdier mailbox. It's not the Quonset hut one, which is the standard old type, but it's it looks newer, but apparently the lock is real easy to just hit really hard and break open. So if you have a mailbox that's newer than the Quonset hut ones, and you're not quite sure if it's secure, I do have a picture of it in on my phone, and I'd be willing to show it to you tonight. So apparently they've moved into our neighborhood now.
Thanks. Yeah, if you could, maybe that's something we could put in the newsletter, which mailbox it is. But usually it's, this is Ashley, by the way, usually it's when the stimulus checks go out, but that's too bad that they're doing it again.
Yeah, send it to us and we know.
Actually, you're about 5 to 8 years ago, my mailbox was broken into as well. And it was recommended to me that I get a mailbox called The Boss, which has worked really well. It's about $100, but.
So we, in our alley, we changed to the slots directly into the garage because of that. We did. Nepenthe did. Yes. Since it's I was told since the slot is close enough to the regular mailbox, if it were, let's say, around on the other side of the house or so, they would have an issue. But if it's, since it is close enough to the regular mailbox, they have no issue with us at all. So, but you need to get permission from Nepenthe. There is a height, size, and whatever. So Ellen will take care of you. Karen?
Thank you. I think Cheryl will probably mention this, but in terms of activities in April, on Saturday, April 29th, there will be the candidates forum from 1:30 to 3:30. And it will be both in person and on Zoom and recorded. And that will be a time we have 7 candidates, which I believe Cheryl will announce this evening, but and they will be available, and there will be formal question answer format, as well as an opportunity to just mix informally afterwards.
Thank you, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
She will announce it again. Anybody else?
The forum is April 29th, 1:30 to 3, here or Zoom.
All right, if that's it, we're moving on to the homeowner correspondence. Did everyone read the nice emails and letters that we received?
I have read them, yes.
All right. Thank you. The consent calendar. Is there a motion to approve that consent calendar?
I'll move to approve it.
I second.
Ashley?
Sure.
I approve it too. Approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion.
I'll second.
Okay, I approve it too. Ashley?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So then the financial statement. What did we not have today?
The review.
We haven't gotten there yet. That's going to be under new business.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I never got. Okay.
We're good to keep going.
Okay.
We're going to go to D.
Yes, the committee appointments. So we appointed Inga Holmquist and my wife, Jean Dasher, to serve on the outreach committee, and Pat McCall to insurance, legal and safety. And we welcome all three to the committees. Thank you. Motion.
I'll move.
Move.
I'll second.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're coming to unfinished business. That's where 30 Adelphi home court home improvement application. On my agenda here, is there a motion to deny this application from what we have received from ARC?
I move that we accept the recommendation to deny the approval, recognizing that the homeowner will probably want more information and follow up.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just quick, have you talked to Alan Waters for an appointment? Okay.
Yeah, the homeowner is here, so
Your homeowner,
that's what
yes.
we're recommending that she speak with Alan to resolve this.
Okay. So next, homeowner comment and correspondence follow-up. Cheryl, could you announce this, please?
Sure. Sometimes people are under the impression that because we don't respond to things that are said here, that we're not listening or that we have no answer or follow-up. We do that because it's required of us to not engage in discussion on things that are not part of the agenda. To help bridge that communication, we are beginning a new process. As secretary, I'm making notes of your comments and of the correspondence. And as you'll see in your packet on pages 116 and 118, we will respond to those comments and correspondence, giving feedback, what we're doing, if we can do anything, and give some information to you. We do pay attention to what you say. We do follow up, but sometimes it's not obvious, maybe only to one person that we've talked to about it, but we want it to be clear how we're communicating. So if they have any questions later, please let us know. But in this packet, there are answers to things that were questioned or topics brought up outside the agenda of our last open meeting.
Thank you. Now we have a new business nominating committee. Cheryl, you again?
Yes, as there's a nominating committee that consists of Marcy Best, Karen Lowry, and I chaired that committee. We have 7 candidates. I'm going to read them in alphabetical order. I'd like the candidate to raise their hand. We have one that's on Zoom who I'd like to have her, when we get to her, unmute so you can at least see who this person is. The first candidate in alphabetical order is Marcus Dasher, right here. Jerry Dunn was unable to attend today. Christina George, here. William or Bill Henley. back here. Okay. Catherine Schmidt is on Zoom. Catherine, if you can unmute and say hi.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
There you Hi. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hi.
Okay. Lisa Tafoya is here. Okay. And Nina White here. These are our candidates. The process will be that the ballots will be mailed to First Service, who will do the printing, the stuffing of envelopes, and everything for the ballots that will actually come to each of us. They'll be mailed out in batches. We expect a delivery between the 18th and 24th of April. You'll return those envelopes completed properly. Hopefully there's a yellow sheet in the packet that gives you instructions on completing them. They need to be back in the office here on May 24th, no later than 5 p.m., because at 5 p.m., the counting election committee starts counting those ballots. So it needs to be here before 5 o'clock on May 24th. The other thing that's related to the election is the candidate forum. Again, it's on a Saturday, April 29th from 1:30 to 3. It's your opportunity to hear each of the candidates speak, ask them questions, and hear their responses so that you can assess how you wish to vote. It will be in this room. It will also be via Zoom, and it will be recorded. So if you aren't able to attend, you can listen to the recording and hear what is said and what the questions and answers were.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. Next is review report from the ad hoc playground committee. Would anybody like to make a motion on this?
I will move that we accept this proposal.
And I'll second it.
Okay. In favor.
Ashley?
Hi, sorry, I couldn't talk. What was that again, please? I couldn't hear.
That's the review report from the ad hoc committee from the playground committee.
Yeah, it looks great. I approve.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So last month we appointed an ad hoc committee for the sport court. And here is the list of items that we tasked them for it. So that should be in the works. And then next is determine whether to solicit multiple quotes for insurance renewal. That's Jackie's part.
Did you already appoint this committee, or is
We did. Yes, we did appoint it already. Yes.
There's a proposed resolution.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this one has already been appointed.
Them at a previous
yes, last. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so you're interested, aren't you, Nancy? This is, what we would like to do is have the ILS committee develop and submit to the board specifications for inclusion in the insurance proposal bid package. So, and if you look at the last couple pages of the packet, what's in there for the standards and practices for insurance are in there. So that's what we're asking the ILS committee to do, is create a document that specifies what we want for our insurance coverages. And then it's up to First Service to put it out for bid. Thank you.
Good. All right, thank you, Jackie. The next item, we're gonna have to skip the annual. We'll move that to May, okay?
Because we just got the annual review
Yes.
late this afternoon, so we haven't had time to
Nobody has seen it.
digest
I mean, it's
to review it, and there's
No.
still a couple of open action items on the review portion.
Correct.
So that's in May.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. Now we're coming to the second homeowner forum.
Marcus, this is Ricardo. I got disconnected on
Hold
the first.
hold on a second, Ricardo. Hold on a second.
Just on the sports courts, we were given a date of April 15th, but I noticed over here you're mentioning May 3rd to be that this has to be given to the board at the end of open session on May 3rd, when we were actually told last meeting that you wanted it April 15th. So
okay, we'll have it.
Discrepancy on the date there.
Then we'll stay with the 15th.
Oh gosh,
We'll,
okay.
We'll give you more time. We'll give you more time. Or would you write?
Yes. Okay.
Or faster. Well.
So you want it on the 15th?
Correct. I think that's correct. I think what we were hoping to do is have the report so that it would be in the open session.
Yes,
right.
Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
that is incorrect then on this.
So you're not asking for more time. That's what it is. So it's
No less. Well, no. So with April 15th, we can have the report ready
okay,
for that.
perfect.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Ricardo, you're next.
You're muted, Ricardo. They have to unmute themselves.
Yeah. Unmute yourself, Ricardo.
I'm sorry. I'm on. Okay, took off mute. Okay, Ricardo Pineda, 1013 Dunbarton Circle. Sorry, I got disconnected the first time. So I want to make a couple statements and a question. So thank you, Nepenthe, for reinstalling the shower. I noticed it last night, the shower by the pool. Those of us who use the gym regularly call ourselves gym rats. Everyone seems to be in consensus to get rid of the Stairmaster and put in a rowing machine. So I'm not sure when that can be considered, next year, future year, but nobody's using.
I use the Stairmaster.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe.
Ashley.
All right. I haven't met anybody else who's used the Stairmaster, but everyone seems to want to. Everyone who I ask seems to want to get a rowing machine. And then here's an interesting item, no discussion needed unless you want, and that is I mailed all my bills with checks in the mailbox by the Nepenthe Clubhouse, and none of those bills arrived. There were about 6. And so I've lost confidence in the security of that mailbox. Now, whether the bills got lost, were fished out of the mailbox, which has happened in other areas, or they were lost by the post office, but something happened, and I'm kind of just disheartened by the issue of maybe somebody went into the mailbox and got out people's mails, including bills that have checks that they can clone my checking account. So just want to make that observation.
I heard that before.
Did you contact the post office?
No, I have not.
That's probably your best recourse at this point.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Ricardo, I've actually heard that recently from 2 other people as well. So maybe we need to talk to the postmaster, or at least our postman.
I've read a lot of books, and there's a particular author I follow in Los Angeles, and he talked about people fishing mail out using chewing gum and fishing line. You know, they drop it in there and pick up mail. So I know the post office, like a lot of entities, try to make the mailboxes tamper-proof or theft-proof, but it's a constant battle. I think it occurred at the mailbox and not at the post office. And my last item, the construction that's going on University, which I believe is next to a property owned by Nepenthe. It's a CS Sacramento State. And I just wanted to make sure that's not that the lot, as I understand it, Nepenthe owns a lot on University, and the construction is on the adjacent lot and not on the Nepenthe lot. It's a faculty staff building. I don't know if it's housing.
Correct.
Okay, I see that as a future, just my own dream, as a future location for a well. So I was just curious.
So the stuff that you see on our lot is actually, it's a container that belongs to are contractors. That's where they store their materials.
Right.
Yeah, there is construction going on the other side, but also our stuff is on the other side. And there's a fence that's dividing our lot and that construction that's going to be taken down and it's going to be moved in the correct position at no cost to Nepenthe.
Well, that's great. Yeah, so I'd say the biggest item that I'm bringing up is my missing bills and checks that I mailed, all in one package. So like I said, I'm never going to put any more mail in that mailbox, which is kind of a sad statement.
Yeah, once you put them in the mailbox, that's federal government property and we have no control over what happens.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I'm just kind of bringing to the attention of anybody who's listening or at the meeting that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
security of that box.
Does anyone know? I think it says on the box 10 o'clock, but I think I see them come around in the afternoon too. If anyone can confirm, but maybe dropping it off right before they come in the day would lower the risk.
Okay.
I don't know, just a thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jerry. Karen, hold on a second, Karen. You're next.
Hi, Jerry Gelfand, 406 Elmhurst. We had a long discussion about this at Saturday morning coffee about the mail situation, and consensus is that nobody should put mail out any place overnight. Yeah, don't put it in your own mailbox. Don't put up your little red flag that says, hello, there's mail in here. But the same thing with the blue box out here. Don't put it in and leave it, and know that it's going to be there overnight. It's probably the only thing that we can do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen?
Just on that point and following up on Jerry's point, that Judy Brewington recently lost a check, and then that check was used to, I guess, counterfeit or anyway, write other checks. And what she learned is to, whenever possible, don't even put in a mailbox outside of the post office, walk inside to the lobby and put it in the slot there. And then the other thing is when you write checks, use a gel pen, because that somehow cannot be changed in some way. They got her check evidently and then created a check that looked like it from that check. And it was actually cashed. They did it 6 times or something. So just those 2 points she mentioned also. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Hi, I'm Teresa McCracken, 1300 Commons Drive. Just to nail a date down, since I live right across the street, I put my mail in as soon as I write the check. So it was, so the date when this happened, and my checks aren't being received either, the ones I wrote on March 4th. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Teresa. Will?
Yeah, 2 things. The post office has had a couple of instances, maybe more, of postal carriers being actually robbed for their keys. So they're not using chewing gum and string. They're just stealing the keys at gunpoint and then going around and opening the boxes. The best advice is quit using checks. They are extremely vulnerable.
Don't pay bills. All right, thank you.
Since we've got Andy here, maybe she can help us negotiate a discount for people doing automatic payments versus sending in a check on our next first service contract. I'm just kidding, but it'd be great for us to get more automatic payments versus checks.
Okay, thank you.
Marcus, can I make one more comment? This is Ricardo Pineda, 1013 Dunbarton.
Sure, yes.
So now I'm going to be assessed a late fee from First Services because my check that I mailed on March 5th never arrived. So I tried calling when I realized this when I was working up in Oroville on Monday, and then I called yesterday, but the office was closed. And so if there could be some consideration, given that other people are reporting that they have missing checks, that would be a nice consideration. All my other bill receivers are waiving the late fee. I know First Services doesn't like to waive the late fee.
They have, I think they'll do one per year if you call.
Okay.
But they didn't when you called?
Ricardo,
No, I called them too late yesterday. I didn't get a chance to call today.
Ricardo, just contact the office, or we'll have the office contact you about that. Okay, so don't worry about your 50 cents here. We'll make it right.
50 cents. I think it's
$35
a late fee or something.
No, we'll look at it. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pay for it, and then maybe I can get a credit for the late fee. So I'm going to pay on the phone tomorrow. But I'm very old school. I like opening the bill, reading it, digesting it, writing the check and mailing it. And I guess I just have to change with the
So
time.
maybe we need to put in the next newsletter an article about mailbox thieves around here. Just warn the people. And also the mailbox, maybe we need to look at the mailbox next to the door.
Yes.
What we can do with that.
And just to add to the discussion, I'll just take 2 minutes or 1 minute. According to the Golden One Credit Union that I called yesterday, the bad people, as long as they have your bank routing number and your checking account number and your name, they can print up their own checks with software or with some third-party vendor and just start writing checks against your account. And you are responsible if the checks cash and go through, and the bank may reimburse you after they do an investigation. But they're not going to, they're encouraging me to change my checking account number. That's about the only advice they could give me. So it isn't a matter of using a gel pen. It's as long as they have the routing number and the account number and your name, which they can get from the check, they can reproduce checks and start causing more damage.
All right. I think we got a very good education what not to do, right? So thank you, guys.
Marcus, just one more thing. The Postal Service offers a service for you. It's free. You can sign up for it online, and they will scan your mail, and you'll get a picture of your incoming mail that day before delivery. So you at least have a record of what's coming to you. Or if you're expecting a check, then you know it's coming. And it's fairly easy to do. And it is 75% accurate, but that's good for the Postal Service.
Yeah.
And they don't
Informed
scan your
delivery.
junk mail.
Sorry.
Oh.
Well, it's called informed delivery. And I was able to figure out, because I was getting those emails, I knew that I was supposed to be getting a stimulus check. And then I went to my mailbox. All of our neighbors' mail was stolen, but you know, that was a good way, a check and balance for me to know that something was stolen.
Oh. All right. Are we good? Anybody else? Okay.
I spoke with Alan, and what's your name?
We can't hear online.
Tara Arroyos, T-E-R-A, Arroyos, A-R-R-O-Y-O-S. Thank you. So for 30 Adelphi Court, I'm going to be emailing him. I'm going to send him the narrative that he needs for you to approve. But I just want to make sure that you know that we're trying to get into compliancy with the property, and that we are by no means trying to avoid any situations or grievances with the board. We are trying to resolve the situation, and please keep reaching out to us if we're missing something else or if I need something else, so that I don't get back into this situation. Okay?
Okay.
Okay,
well,
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, last chance. All right. Meeting adjourned.